Pinch your nose shut right now, close your mouth, and very gently try to breathe out. Feel that little push of pressure behind your ears? That tiny squeeze, that is your body meeting pressure. Hold on to how that feels, because the ocean does that to your entire body, and it does not stop at your ears. Every meter you sink, the water presses harder, and here is the part that surprises people. The deep sea does not wait until the bottom to end you. It takes you apart in stages, one depth at a time, and most of those stages happen while you can still look up and see sunlight. By the end of this, you will know the exact order the ocean comes for you, and you will reach the depth where even a steel submarine gets crushed faster than your brain could ever notice. Let's sink down through it, one level at a time, starting near the surface where it all seems friendly. Number 6. 30 meters down, when the sea quietly gets you drunk. The first 30 meters feel fine. The water is bright, warmish, full of life. And then something strange starts happening inside your head. Divers call it the rapture of the deep. The rest of us would just call it being weirdly, dangerously drunk. At this depth, the extra pressure forces more nitrogen from your air into your blood and brain, and nitrogen under pressure messes with you like alcohol. Divers have been known to feel giddy, confused, overconfident. Some have offered their breathing mouthpiece to a passing fish, convinced it needed a turn. It would be funny if being drunk 60 feet underwater were not an excellent way to forget which direction is up. Number 5. 60 meters down, when the air itself turns to poison. Keep sinking, and you hit a genuinely bizarre problem. The oxygen keeping you alive starts trying to kill you. Down past around 60 meters, the pressure squeezes so much oxygen into your body that this life-giving gas becomes toxic. It can trigger sudden convulsions, tunnel vision, and blackouts with almost no warning. Think about how strange that is. The one thing your body wants more than anything, the thing you would claw through a wall to get, becomes the exact thing that takes you down, and you would not even feel it coming. This is the point where the ocean stops playing, and the next stage can get you even if you never went that deep at all. Number 4. The way up, when your own blood starts to fizz. Here is the twist nobody expects. Sometimes the danger is not going down. It is coming back up too fast. All that nitrogen the pressure pushed into your blood is fine while you are deep, but if you rise too quickly, the pressure drops and that nitrogen suddenly comes out of your blood as bubbles. Yes. Bubbles. Inside you. It is the same thing that happens when you crack open a fizzy drink, except the fizzy drink is your bloodstream. Divers call it the bends, and it is as nasty as it sounds, causing intense pain in the joints, dizziness, and worse. This is why divers have to come up slowly, pausing on the way, letting their body calm down. Rush it, and you turn yourself into a shaken soda can, which is a very undignified way to learn a physics lesson. Number 3. 100 meters down, when your lungs shrink to the size of a fist. Now we go past where most humans can survive on their own, into the range of elite free divers, people who hold one single breath and drop into the dark. And down here, the pressure does something almost unbelievable to the body. Your lungs, normally big soft balloons full of air, get squeezed smaller and smaller. At 100 meters, they can shrink down to roughly the size of a clenched fist. Your rib cage flexes inward. Your body actually shunts blood into your chest to keep it from collapsing completely. It is an incredible, terrifying adaptation, your body improvising to survive a place it was never built for. And notice what the ocean has not done. It has not crushed you like a soda can, which brings us to the biggest myth of all. Number 2. 1,000 meters down, into the black. Sink to 1,000 meters and everything changes. The sunlight is gone, completely. It is pitch black, and it stays that way forever. The temperature hovers just above freezing, and the pressure is now around 100 times what you feel at the surface, like having a small stack of elephants standing on every single part of your skin at once. And here is the thing the movies get backwards. You would not implode into a little cube here. Why? Because your body is mostly water, and water barely squishes at all. It is the air pockets, your lungs, your sinuses that get destroyed. So it is not that the ocean crumples you like a can. It is that it collapses the few pockets of air keeping you alive, quietly and completely, in the cold and the dark where no one would ever find you. But the ocean is not done, not even close, because we are still nowhere near the bottom. Number 1. 11,000 meters down, the crushing depth. The deepest point in the ocean is called the Challenger Deep, nearly 11 kilometers straight down. To reach the bottom, you sink for hours, and the pressure there is almost impossible to picture. It is over 1,000 times the pressure at the surface. Every square inch of anything down there is holding back the weight of several cars. At this depth, a normal steel submarine would not slowly leak or groan. If its hull failed, the water would crush it inward so fast that the whole thing collapses in a fraction of a second, faster than a nerve signal could even travel to your brain. There would be no pain, no moment of realizing. Just there, and then not. It is why only a tiny handful of specially built machines have ever touched that floor, and why more people have walked on the moon than have stood at the bottom of our own ocean. So let's rise back up and look at the whole descent. Around 30 meters, the sea makes you drunk. By 60, your own oxygen turns to poison. Come up too fast and your blood fizzes into bubbles. At 100, your lungs fold to the size of a fist. At 1,000, the light dies and the air pockets in you collapse. And at 11,000, the pressure crushes steel like paper. Here is the thought I keep coming back to. We look up at space and call it the final frontier, but the most alien, crushing, deadly place we know is not up there at all. It is down here, under our own feet, covered by the same water you drink and swim in and think is friendly. So the next time you stand at the edge of the sea, ankle deep, sun on your face, remember what is quietly waiting a few kilometers below. Not monsters. Something far more patient. Just water, stacked so high and pressing so hard that it turns the deepest part of our own planet into a place a human body can never, ever go. And be glad you get to stay up here, in the light where you can breathe.